Hello everybody, thank you for being here. I welcome you all to this presentation. By way of a quick introduction, my name is Vivek Agarwal. I am the CEO and founder of Liquid, which is a technology learning company based out of India. We leverage cutting edge in technology like video analytics, data, cloud and mobile to deliver high quality learning solutions to our customers around the globe. Our specific focus is on English learning, and that's the topic of discussion today. I'm going to talk about how we've leveraged this cutting edge and judicious technology to provide learning to a very large number of learners in a high quality way and at a price that they can afford. A quick introduction to our product, EnglishEdge, the English software that I'm going to talk about today. We address a range of customer segments starting from young adults, school students so we start at age 6 and we go right up to about 25-30 years of age. We provide solutions for academic schools, for young learners, for their employability, and then for young professionals to do better in their jobs. We have, most of our focus is on spoken English, but we do have modules on written and listening and writing. Our methodology is primarily assisted learning. It has both aspects, the teacher part, the teacher modules and the student module. And they work in conjunction, provide effective learning experience, and we provide our solutions across all the platforms, computers, land-based, tablets, mobiles, internet, and across, it's on dongles and CD-ROMs depending on what the situation demands. Before I begin, a quick overview of the scenario of English language learning in India. About 15% of the population in India speaks English. I know a lot of people think everybody here speaks English, but it's only 15%. And only, according to a survey by British Council, only about 226,000 people speak English as their first language. So really there is a lot of people that really want to learn English. It is a very high, very highly aspirational from a social and a professional perspective. It is seen as a key to success, whether it's professionally or socially. There are lots of studies to prove that people with better knowledge of English can earn up to 35% more. And I think that's widely recognized in the need for studying English in the Indian market. But India is also a very complex country, where probably 1.25 billion people. 29 states and 7 union territories set up on linguistic basis. So there are lots of languages. There are some estimates suggest there are more than 3,000 languages and dialects. Almost, the languages, the dialect changes every few kilometers in this country. There are newspapers in 35 different languages, radio broadcasts 146 languages. And to make matters worse, from a regulatory perspective, and in India any talk of education cannot be without the regulatory perspective. The education is what we call a concurrent subject, which means both the centers and the states can legislate on education and creates a whole lot of regulatory confusion. But that's a topic for another time. In all this wide diversity, the profile that we cater to, as I mentioned earlier, cater to learners starting at 6 years of age and going right up to 25 to 30 years. There are some learners that are older, but most of them are in this age bracket. We are, in terms of proficiency, entry profile from a proficiency perspective, our programs start when learners know the alphabet and they have some basic vocabulary, rat, cat, mat type of vocabulary. Our programs address needs across social, academic and professional areas, and the most fundamental need that we address is the issue of confidence, is the is the ability to speak fluently, and that has a large impact in terms of the social and professional success of our learners, and that's where we've focused most so far. The technology environment in India, I think it's important to mention this because in the context of the solution that we create, there are a fair number of PCs, but restricted to a very small part of the population. For majority of the population, the access is in the community mode. So people access PCs in schools or colleges or training institutes and so on and so forth. Mobile penetration is very high. There are almost more than 900 million mobile connections. But less than 10% of that is actually smartphones and tablets. But those are growing fast, and I think that's the opportunity of the future. In terms of internet penetration, the narrow band internet is growing fast. We're expecting about 300 million learners by next year. But broadband is a little time away. So we summarize the internet and PC environment as sometimes connected. So which means we're able to leverage technology, but we cannot leverage live streaming and live classes type of thing. So we deploy our solutions locally, but we sync up sometimes to collect the data on usage and tracking and so on and so forth. Now in terms of our solution to cater to this audience, which is very widely dispersed, is very varied and has a lot of different needs, we followed a three-pillared approach. The first is trainer empowerment. Like I said, our methodology is assisted learning. So we create learners, we create a program in a way that a teacher is able to deliver the learning experience in a more effective way for her students. This is important because in a classroom setting where there's one PC, so a teacher can leverage that PC to impact several hundred students a year and takes care of in some sense of the infrastructure challenge that we face here. And we design the programs therefore to overcome these infrastructure challenges. So for example, like I said, we deploy locally, but we sync up. People can download updates, they can download their videos or their practice material on their devices or on PCs, but they don't have to be connected when they're using them. We supplement all this by very extensive tracking and feedback. You track every activity that the trainer and the learner does. We're able to say how much time a trainer spends on one particular page of a program. If it's deployed in 100 centers of one customer, we're able to tell them how many centers the trainers are doing the right thing, spending the right amount of time, how many centers they're not, and so on and so forth. So this is a big layer that actually is supporting the whole delivery experience. The solution, the teacher empowerment that I mentioned, has the assisted learning model. There is a teacher component and there is a student component. So typically, teacher has the multimedia software, manuals, and access to all the tracking and MIS data. Learners then have the opportunity after they go out of the classroom to practice on their own. It could be on the computers, on the mobile, or using a CD on the PCs, or just workbooks, depending on how much technology is available. So this provides a highly interactive, multimedia, high-quality learning experience, and everybody gets feedback on this. This is a screenshot of a dashboard, which I said we are very strong on tracking and providing feedback. So here you can see whether the sessions are happening, the sessions are being run in a proper way, are they being done at the right time, are there being enough time being spent on them, both by the teacher and the students, and you can drill down to each center, each student, each teacher, and see what the challenges are, where the problems are, and you can take corrective action. So therefore, we are able to actually monitor our delivery across more than 1,000 centers in India where our program runs, teaching over 200,000 students every year who use our program, and we are able to keep track of what they do and what they are not doing correctly. And this helps our ability to provide effective learning experience to a very large number of people in the country. Another intervention, another example of how we use technology in innovative and effective ways, how we use tablets. Given that there is a lack of infrastructure, connectivity, power, so we've created a proprietary sort of a trolley in which we bundle tablets. So the tablets have a software between students and the teachers, where in the classroom teacher can push content, students can respond in audio, video and push it back to the teacher. And all this is bundled in the trolley, which has a power source, Wi-Fi source, speaker, and it's all portable, and it's all the tablets are then locked into the trolley, so it becomes a portable language lab, and it works quite well. It overcomes the real challenges that our country faces. We've been very strong, very thorough in measuring our performance of our system and for our customers. We measure it at two levels, the Kirkpatrick, two levels of measurement, level 1 and 2, which measures whether the student like what they are doing and whether they are learning from it. So across the board we've seen tremendous improvement. I want to specifically mention one study where 2,000 learners over a period of about 2 years showed more than 40% improvement between the pre-test and the post-test. We've also worked with several corporates to show better employability ratios for the learners, where we provide some training and learning intervention. So it's a program that's worked very well. It's deployed in very large numbers through appropriate technology, and it's found to be very, very effective. Thank you very much.